Hello everyone, I am going to talk about disorders of thought. One of the thought disorder is disorder of formation of thought. Now, what is formation of thought? Formation of thought means genesis of thought process. If there is a defect in genesis of thought process, that leads to disorder of formation of thought. Now let's talk about normal thought. नॉर्मल थॉट फॉलोज लॉजिकल सीक्वेंस ऑफ इवेंट. अगर हम थॉट ए से बी से सी या सी से डी पर जा रहे हैं तो थॉट में एक कंटिन्यूटी होता है और थॉट का एक पर्टिकुलर सीक्वेंस होता है. नॉर्मल थॉट लॉजिक वाला होता है. Now let's talk about loss of logical sequence. As you can see that there is no continuity between thoughts and there is no relation between two thoughts. दो थॉट के बीच में कोई कनेक्शन नहीं होता, थॉट में कोई लॉजिक नहीं होता, थॉट का कोई मीनिंग नहीं होता. It is also called loosening of association. Loosening of association seen in schizophrenia. In loosening of association, individual parts of thought process are not connected to each other by meaning, such that the overall speech output is not understandable, incomprehensible, irrelevant, or out of content. Say for example, a 22-year-old man is brought to the emergency department for evaluation. He appears confused but gives his name correctly. When he asks his occupation, he says, Jesus was a carpenter. I am the right hand of God. I don't offend anyone. Sachin Tendulkar plays square cut shot nicely. Have you heard of the song of new movie Race 3? This is a case of schizophrenia and loosening of association is seen. Now, what is derailment? Derailment is a type of loosening of association in which speech loss is tracked. Second thought disorder is disorder of content of thought. Now, what is delusion? Delusion is a false, firm, fixed belief that persists even after evidence against it is provided. अगर हम पर्सन को एविडेंस दे या डेमोस्ट्रेट करके दिखाए कि तुम गलत हो, तब भी वो नहीं मानेगा. Let's talk about types of delusion. Delusion of persecution, also called paranoid delusion. People are planning and plotting against me to cause a destruction or harm to myself or my family member or my property. इसमें पर्सन ये सोचेगा कि लोग मेरे खिलाफ साजिश या षड्यंत्र कर रहे हैं. Delusion of persecution seen in schizophrenia. Delusion of reference. When the person feels that things, act and places make a direct relevance to him. इसमें पर्सन ये सोचेगा कि हर जगह मेरी ही बातें हो रही है और हर जगह मेरे ही चर्चे हो रहे हैं. Delusion of reference seen in schizophrenia. Delusion of grandiosity. Grandiosity means supremacy. Supremacy in terms of wealth, पावर एंड पोजीशन. इसमें पर्सन ये सोचेगा कि मेरे पास बहुत पैसा है या फिर ये सोचेगा कि मेरे पास बहुत ताकत है. Delusion of grandiosity seen in mania. Delusion of guilt or sin. Person blaming himself. Delusion of guilt seen in depression. Delusion of nihilism. Person denies the existence of himself or world. इसमें पर्सन ये सोचेगा कि ये दुनिया है ही नहीं या फिर ये सोचेगा कि मैं तो मरा हुआ हूँ. इंटरनल ऑर्गन्स हैव रोटन. बैड स्मेल इज कमिंग आउट ऑफ माई बॉडी. Causes of nihilism. Most common is severe depression. Second most common is Cotard syndrome. Now let's talk about obsessive compulsive disorder. It is a disorder of content of thought. Prevalence is 4 in 100 in general population and 8 in 100 in medicos. Obsession is a thought, while compulsion is a motor act to counter that thought. Now let's talk about thought properties in OCD. Thought is distressing, means thought anxiety करता है. Own thought but unwelcome, also called ego dystonic. उस पर्सन का खुद का थॉट होता है फिर भी उसको अच्छा नहीं लगता. ईगो डिस्टोनिक मीन्स थॉट दैट अगेंस्ट ए पर्सन बिलीव्स एंड विल. थॉट इज इंट्रूसिव, इरेजिस्टेबल. थॉट एनोइंग होता है. थॉट परसिस्ट डिस्पाइट रेजिस्टेंस एंड कॉज एंजाइटी. लॉन्ग टर्म कॉम्प्लिकेशन इज डिप्रेशन. thought is recurrent and thought is senseless. Obsession is dirt contamination. Compulsion for this is washing. Obsession is pathological doubt. Compulsion for this is checking. Pure obsession is OCD, but pure compulsion is does not exist. अगर किसी को ऑब्सेशन है तो ओसीडी हो सकता है पर प्योर कंपल्सन नहीं हो सकता. मीन्स बिना ऑब्सेशन कंपल्सन नहीं हो सकता. सो मोस्ट कॉमन ओसीडी इज डर्ट कंटामिनेशन. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग वीडियो.